Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm driving to the auction to pick up my next daily driver. I hooked up the trailer and we're ready to roll. So let's hit the road and I'll show you guys what I got once we get there. Let's go. All right, we're here at the auction. We're ready to pick up our car. I got the key. So the forklift's gonna load the car onto our trailer and then we can head back home. Picked up the car, let's head back home. So far I like what I see. Nice clean car. Excited to bring it back to life. So I actually just called a junkyard that had some of the parts for this car. The main parts, pretty much the whole bumper assembly complete, and then the hood. He's checking on the headlights, but the junkyard's like 20 minutes away, so I'm headed there now, and hopefully I'll pretty much pick up all the parts that I need and expedite the process, get her up and running in no time. The car is running, it's nice and clean, just needs some cosmetical work, so let's hope the parts look good, and yeah. Auto dismantler. They did have all the parts I needed, so I got a nice clean bumper with all the grills. I got the hood and I got the headlight. So 80% of the parts I got. Just need the other side headlight. Nice clean parts. Everything looks good, so let's get back on the road. So I got everything torn down, stripped. We took the radiator support off so we can see everything exactly as it should be. So everything's good, the radiator's good, all the fluids are full on both reservoirs. So I know my radiator is perfectly fine. Same with my fan. The condenser got a few kinks. It still works, AC blows super cold, but I think I'm gonna change the condenser so it doesn't start leaking in the future. And pretty much structurally, it's all good. All these brackets are fine. They didn't get damaged. Just these little ears got bent, but we'll straighten them out. That's where the radiator support bolts onto. Pretty much the radiator support absorbed the shock, so we'll replace the radiator support, and then this little grill shutter piece that opens the flaps, the vents, we'll order a new one of those, and we can start putting her back together. We got a nice clean donor bumper that we'll start prepping and painting, as well as a nice clean donor hood. This one's completely trashed, so we'll replace that. Here's our donor hood from the same car as the bumper, so it's nice and clean. I'm gonna flip it over, clean it up, we'll jam the inside, and then we'll install it, install the bumper, install the headlights, align all the gaps, and then we'll be ready to paint. So not too bad, everything just as I imagined it, with just a few couple things that I didn't foresee, but that's okay. It shouldn't be a big deal, like the condenser and then that shutter. We'll order those parts. Other than that, it's just a waiting game now, waiting for all the pieces to get here. I ordered the radiator support. It's 2 days out, so I'll see it sometime next week, and then I'll order all the little pieces that we need as well. We'll get some new retainers. This fender liner was a little chewed up, so I'll order a new liner, and we should be looking good. Install our radiator support, and then we'll do final adjustments on the fenders. Nice. So I transferred all the pieces from the old radiator support into the new one. So we're ready to install that on the car and then start aligning the gaps. Got the Ford C-Max strip in the booth ready to go, but it's not ready for the paint job yet. We're gonna do a little extra work, and we're gonna do some primer and some blackout. So let me show you guys what I'm gonna do. I already got my new hood fitted. I sealed it on the outside. On the inside, I jammed it, so it's ready for paint. And on this side, we did some body work. There was minor dings and scratches. I had two on the door here, one on the rear door, and then a little dent on the quarter. So everything got repaired. The reason why I'm repairing all these little dents is, well, I'm gonna refinish the whole car in a satin matte finish. So it's gonna be one of a kind C-Max. It's not gonna be glossy, it's gonna be a nice satin finish, just like the OEM Mercedes, BMW come from the dealer. And this C-Max is gonna get the full service treatment from your LNC painter. This side is absolutely perfect, but I already stripped everything. I took all the door handles off, the moldings. And on this C-Max, the roof is actually panorama, and it's mostly glass. 2/3 of it is glass, and then we got this little section. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna refinish this section. I'm gonna paint it black. That way it's gonna flow all the way across the roof. Everything's gonna be black and everything's gonna tie in together. I took off the antenna. We're gonna paint that gloss black as well. So the roof is gonna look nice and clean. and it's gonna be all gloss black. Here's all my door trims. I took everything off because we're gonna finish everything in gloss black as well. So our theme is gonna be a satin paint job on the entire car body. The roof is gonna be gloss black, as well as all the trim, the wheels, everything's gonna be gloss black. So it's gonna stand out even more against the satin paint job, and I think it's gonna look beautiful once it's all done. We'll start with that, start getting things out of the way, and then I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna take the hood off, and I'm gonna paint it separately with the trunk, and then that way I'll just have two sides to worry about. Make sure our satin paint job is gonna be super clean. As you all know, you can't color sand and buff satin paint jobs, and then that way we can get into the fender here. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna start masking the roof up. I'm gonna mask the car. I'm gonna put sealer on these parts. I'm gonna put primer on the doors. And then I'm gonna unmask the roof and I'm gonna paint everything gloss black. So got a bunch of steps going on here, but trying to get everything done and ready to go. So had a little dent here too. Got that repaired. So everything's looking beautiful. Everything's gonna be nice and clean. One of a kind. Definitely it's gonna be one of a kind. You guys are gonna be so surprised with how it turns out. I think you're gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. I know that, so stay tuned. It's gonna be a fun build, and it's gonna be very exciting to see it all done, put together. So yeah, let's get it done. All right, we're back in the booth, and everything is painted and looking beautiful. All the gloss black trim looks amazing. Here's our little roof section. Wow, super clean. Very happy with how it turned out. Pretty much just see one dust speck that I'll have to polish out. Other than that, no polishing or buffing needed. So it looks good. And we primered every little repair we had here. So we cut little windows out, primered the area, and then I painted the roof. So took care of everything, and hopefully we'll get her into paint pretty soon. applied my second coat of clear. This is what we're looking like. So it's still fresh, freshly applied. So you still got the gloss level. Here's what the front end looks like. So pretty much looks like a normal clear coat right now. But once it flashes off, it's gonna start dulling down. Then it'll be a nice satin finish once it's all dry. Your little washer nozzles. Here's our clear. So due to the flattening agent, the clear kind of looks milky. That's what makes it go flat. So we're done for the day. It's 9 o'clock. Everyone went home. We're gonna let this dry overnight, and then hopefully tomorrow morning it's gonna look nice and beautiful. All right, it's the next morning. The car should be dry and ready looking satin. So let's take a look and see how it turned out. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited. Sheesh. I'm afraid to touch it. Wow. Such a good finish. Oh my goodness. I don't know, something about satin finish. It just comes out so clean. Wow, looks so good. Very excited. Let's check the hood out. Sheesh. Wow, very nice. Beautiful. Such a good finish. Just so smooth and very clean. There's no dirt nibs. For some reason, the satin clear coat hides everything. Like you don't see like regular dirt nibs like on a glossy clear coat. These were paint to match. That way they're gonna be gray instead of black. Little touch. And then this emblem is it's like aluminum and it's on double tape. So if you take this off, it gets ruined. So I just decided to, since it has the 3D imprint, just paint it all body color. I think that looks good. We're gonna end part one of the video here. We painted the hood and the tailgate and also blacked out all the door trim. So stay tuned for part two. In part two, we're gonna paint the rest of the car, including both of the sides complete, as well as the front and rear bumper. We're also gonna refinish the wheels in gloss black. We're gonna paint the brake calipers in a lime green. We're gonna tint the windows, smoke out the front lights and the rear lights. A lot of work to be done still, and then we're gonna assemble the car completely detailed, and then I'll reveal the whole build to you guys once it's all finished and ready to go. It's gonna look like one-of-a-kind C-Max, and you guys don't wanna miss it. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys soon.